You never know what you're going to get here in SLDC, except for a good time. Seeing something that triggers emotion.
Let me ask you a question that I get
Hmm.
in other communities. And
Okay.
the question is, how does being a real life person or real life avatar, some people say, who's very skilled and agile moving and dancing, relate for you to also being a virtual environment avatar who you have to express movement through basically keyboards?
Mm. You know what? I think I've done this so long that uh, I have such a connection with my own avatar that it's really part of me. After so many years, uh, she basically is me, you know.
Many people say that they project their identity into their virtual avatar as much as they do into their physical avatar. You're projecting fluid, physical, bodily,
Yes.
aesthetic motion, and it's
Yeah.
you doing that.
Yes. My avatar looks very much like I did when I was young. I mean, I just told you I'm almost 80 years old.
Wow.
But my energy level, because I've been involved with virtual, I think is really different. It is a mental challenge, and it even though it's my avatar doing the moving, somehow it connects with the real person that's sitting behind the screen. So I really don't know the technical aspects of it, but
Well,
that's I can tell you how that's how it's worked for me. Let me take you over and take you on a tour, and then we'll do that at the end because I have to take you to a different location. They land here, and then my hostess checks them out to make sure that they have their scripts are down, and then they're welcome to come into the theater or go into the Hall of Fame. And of course, you see this is decorated for the show that we're doing right
this
now.
this is where I saw your show.
I'm running out of time, 'cause I can see the sun light up the sky. So I hit the road in overdrive, baby. Oh, the city's cold and empty. No one's around to.
Now, this is you're going to be crossing the sim here. So I'm going to click, well, there we go.
Let me
We're going to
just
click the curtain.
let me just
Hmm?
turn on the map and demonstrate for the video. We are now
Okay.
crossing.
Right.
I'm crossing a sim border with Carol. I'm following you now.
Okay. Now, I walk slowly because you're going to go from one sim to the next right here. We're going on stage. This is stage here. Now, uh-oh, you have to watch it. Now, pretty soon here, you're going to be back you're actually on stage right now. If you turn around, you'll see the audience from the audience view.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the audience. And if you turn back here, you'll walk through the scrim that's at the back,
Okay.
and then you can see the the messy part.
Oh,
This is where we spent all the sets that you saw res yesterday are right here.
I can see the back of the set.
That's right. That's what you'll see, and it's slightly transparent so that we can move around easily. I'm going to remove it. I'll take and I'll show you the next one so you get the idea.
Okay.
And here it just pops up. They pop up.
Okay.
And that's what you see when we have the fog screen in the front. This is what's happening behind the fog screen. That we're doing this. The next one is, this is the dance I did yesterday, which one of them, and that was In the Air Tonight, the Phil Collins number, and this is the set for that.
I noticed that it kind of reses in parts. How does that work?
We did each scene was a different artist of the 1980s, and this one happened to be Phil Collins. So that each set started like this, the base set, and then each dancer put their own things on it that related directly to their artist that they were representing. So this one was Phil Collins, and so the top piece is my interpretation of that piece. Does it make sense?
Yeah, I see gold and teal
Yeah.
resing, and then ethereal looking trees, and then a kind of a gold dust animated pattern on the floor. So,
Right.
so you're wrapping these textures around these 3D models and placing them with animated motions against another layer of mesh, and it's just the technology is amazing. I don't know how you could.
The most difficult one we do is Nutcracker. And it takes, oh my gosh, we do it with 27 people. New York City Ballet Company does it with 91. We do the same show.
Well, let's talk about that. So you did 20-ish and they did 90-ish. What other,
Right.
based on your experience in real life, what is that? That's a 4-to-1 difference. Does it take only a quarter of the time to set up a Second Life stage that it does in real life?
That's funny. You talked about scripting. You talked about the sets that have to be done and the things that have to happen. I think the only way you can really understand that is to watch the video and realize that everything that happens because we've scripted it or somebody's doing it and pressing a button. I mean, it's just amazing. What the difference is in the real world, you may have one person playing one role, and here we have 27 people playing all the roles. So they're hopping from one thing to the next thing to the next thing for 90 minutes. It's intense. It's really intense.
Let me revisit
Yes.
the question. I didn't mean that it only took X hours to perform the Nutcracker. Let's say that a theater decides to put on the Nutcracker in real life and has to build a stage set. How long would that take in real life?
Well, I have never seen a staging of Nutcracker in the real world that can compare to the one we did, because we can put it in a box and click the button and it goes up. You can't do that in the real world. So that is one of the advantages we have in SL. Also, the cost factor of running a real theater in the real world is phenomenal. But and the manpower it takes to get that set on the stage and off the stage, when we can just click a button and it's there, and it goes down when you click the button again.
Now, I know that when you say just click a button, that represents hours, if not actual work hours, hundreds of work hours of people who wrote the script, people who choreographed the animations. But even so, I have to think that in terms of real life time, setting up a Nutcracker stage set would take a month or two, whereas setting up the equivalent here would take, in real hours of work, maybe, I don't know, a week.
It wasn't so bad. I mean, all the Nutcracker sets were rebuilt this year, and I had help. I do a lot of the set building, but I had help. See, I'm good at art type stuff. I've done landscape oil, so I understand the principles of composition and design. The thing that was difficult for me is understanding SL and how to make that happen in SL. And so I'm still needing build help sometimes when I don't quite understand how something works. And so I had help building the sets. And I would say it took us about probably a month for everything. I mean, if you added up all the time that it took to build, see, first act, second act, first act in between, second, yeah, probably about a month of work. And that's not the scripting. That's just getting the physical pieces in the res boxes so that we could res the set. We had lots of scripting that had to take place to make everything happen. You know, things, the magic happen.